For women, you want to come just slightly above eye line. It is more flattering. I would argue it's more flattering. Is everybody still lying?
I love it more when how
Sometimes the character calls
Stitch.
the grossest sound in the microphone.
Take a look at it. And then in distance to subject, we have the same lenses on 1 and 2? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Sonia, if we're on the same lens, physical distance to subject as well, yeah?
Ophelia.
A little higher. Is that what you were saying?
Higher than what it was.
What it is right now. Well, we do want to lower this, but ultimately, you kind of want to be at, just the lens wants to be just at about like there. Was it? Okay, then maybe we were okay. Maybe we were okay, maybe it just fell a little bit.
Ophelia.
Cool. All right, who's directing?
I am.
Okay, great. Get your shot comp, shot size.
Is this you? This dark? This? Okay. I don't know what that is.
She's got so much window behind her.
Yeah, you want to expose to subject.
Yeah, well it is. Oh, that's why.
Do you have any ND or anything going on?
It's where is it? We're on shutter speed again. Oh, that makes it darker.
And then we just want to sharpen up
360
focus.
take it to 180.
And this is way up there.
Good. And so, good ladies, what scene are you doing?
So they're not married, and Carly and C. Normally we would
The sisters meet. Good, at the cafe or whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. Kenny, do you want me to read it off to you?
The frame rate 60 on this camera. Is that controlled by there?
It's controlled by them. You can affect that.
So your first take is not really.
Do you want me to read what I have off for you?
Whatever prep you ladies.
Okay, we've got 180 shutter angle, 2.8 f-stop, 1250 for ISO, and then 56K.
Why 56?
I don't know.
Can we go like 45 instead?
If we hit the fluorescent preset, 4000.
Okay,
That
let's
looks
do that.
pretty good.
Yep.
Great, let's make sure we're sharp on one.
That might be a little bit over. Sorry about this.
So right now, guys, matching exposure. Exposure is how open, how much light the camera's receiving.
Right, you said 4,000.
4000 with a 1510.
Light will let you let in. If anybody here shoots photography, all of those settings are typically almost exactly the
Okay,
same.
I actually like these angles. Do you want to take just a tiny
Another
step
tiny
back?
little thing that I'll point out here as well.
Oh, sorry.
Is that
Actually,
they're
come
doing
right back to where you were.
what's called an
I
OTS.
thought I was looking at the wrong
Does
camera.
anybody know what an OTS
I thought you were the
is?
other one.
Over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder.
Yeah, pull out.
It can be a strange term that the alternative is dirty. So it just means that there's something else in the frame that isn't just the principal subject. So in this particular case, I'm referring to, because it can be clean or it can be dirty. Thank you. And what we're getting here, forgive me, is a little bit, you see right there. Right? So you get a little bit of the subject, and that's, in this case, it's kind of over the shoulder because we're literally shooting over the shoulder.
This makes me a little bit more per shoulder.
That's it. It's just the director's preference. Do you want clean coverage? It's just the preference. And then for the actor, when they do shoot when they shoot over your shoulder or across your body, that's another term, across the subject. That's off camera, even though technically she's on camera. Something you need to be aware of is just stillness, because if I'm on a super long lens, and I'm sitting here doing all this with my hands and stuff, it's incredibly distracting for the principal subject, unless I'm on the other side. So that would be something, sometimes you'll literally be in the scene and the camera operator will just tap you because you've kind of been crouched in the full frame. and they don't want to cut, so you just kind of lean out. There's all kinds of physical adjustments that you will be asked to make, so we don't waste the tape. So just be aware. In this particular case, obviously we have multiple cameras going at the same time, so both of them will need to be aware of one another.
It was a secret for reasons she never shared.
And you, why do they use
Well, I want to go a little bit higher just because this is
Like in
Just
terms of
enough to
color
all the
and all of that
Just
stuff,
enough.
more and more and more, that used to be decided on the set,
do you mean?
more and more and more, because of
My
shooting
cousins
visually.
and uncles,
Those decisions
my
are
aunties,
typically made.
we promised her
There's
that
some
I
things you
wouldn't.
can't correct for.
all of you knew about
plan
me
for
for
them.
3 years,
But if we
and
were,
not one
I
of you
mean, right now there's
bothered
actually
to
a
come and
color in that
find me.
shot that we
I'm
wouldn't
sorry.
be baking
I
in.
really am.
We wouldn't bake it in because we want the
Reuniting
evidence
had
of
to be on your
decisions later
terms. She
on. And
wanted you
so,
to find
a
her
couple
and
things.
to
We'd be
choose
shooting
us.
what's called flat.
Yeah.
Having a
Flat,
sister
it
would
just-
have made
it
life
actually
sweeter.
looks gray, and it looks like there's no color.
Crossing
But
frame.
actually what you've done is leave the possibility open for everything, or many more things later by shooting flat. Now, for a director to watch a scene being shot flat is horrendous, so what'll happen is that your DIT, your digital image technician, will actually create what's called a LUT, or a look, so that when you're watching in Video Village, it doesn't look like gray death. Okay? But that's really just temporary color, just so that the director doesn't get depressed and think that his film is going to be a failure. Okay? But honestly, more and more and more, there's even technology coming on board that allows for, which is crazy and I don't fully understand it, for cameras to shoot and for you to be able to change focus in post as well, so that it's actually shooting very deep focus and you can actually decide where you'd like to focus in post. So color, focus, all of these things now are being punted to post, which allows for a lot more freedom and fixing of mistakes, which is great. Okay? The more information you capture in terms of how many Ks, 4K, 8K, 12K, all of this kind of stuff, it's just one representation of making sure that you get as much information on production
And I'll just have
so that you can make
stay on the wide
changes
until
and
you sit down.
decisions later on.
So we come out.
That makes sense. Good question. Great. We're ready to
Be as
go?
close to tape
All right,
as you can,
cool.
okay?
All right, sir.
This way.
Yeah, just up the cut. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
We're ready for you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So let's get it going.
So just so you know, at the very beginning, we're gonna have so if you just stay on the line.
Great. And then you're gonna want to we're gonna want to keep eye line. It's another kind of set etiquette thing.
That's a good one.
Sorry. Set etiquette is you want to keep eye lines for actors very like no business in walking around. If you've seen the funny Christopher Nolan video, I use funny in quotes, then you'll understand that crossing an actor's eye line when they're in the middle of the take is hugely disruptive. If you've never heard it, you should look it up. It's fun. All right. Here we go.
2 and 3, just so you know, we're going to stay on the wide until they sit down. So
Okay.
you don't have to worry as much about
Okay.
touching them while they're standing, just to
Perfect.
make it easier. So, yeah.
Alec,
Yeah.
just a clarification, I still say my first line off camera and then meet her where she stands.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
All right. Good.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Call it, sir.
All right.
Alright,
Yeah, go ahead.
can you see it from everywhere?
Normally we apply slight each camera in this situation, but let's pretend that everybody sees it perfectly.
Yeah, you could kind of show it to the world and call it.
I
Yeah.
can see it. Okay, sound.
Speeding.
Cameras.
Camera A speeding.
Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 4, take 1, mark.
And action.
Estelle?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm late.
Have you? I didn't expect
I
you
didn't
to
know-
come.
Okay, let's cut.
Yeah.
If I may.
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm
You
so
may need
sorry.
to throw this greeting to the back of the
Yeah.
table, not the
Okay.
front of the table. That might help.
Okay.
One other tiny little adjustment is, do you want her to take Jess in and be tilted up on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you?
Do
Yeah.
what?
Go ahead and have that
Yeah.
conversation. Let's go ahead and cut on
You want me to
this.
tilt
So
it?
at the very beginning,
What is this little
She
logo,
says-
Trevor? Are you just trying to make me fall in love with you even more, buddy?
She says a line
So our online students know
off this camera. She says Estelle. She says hi. So if you can just bring her just tilt up and catch that line that she says.
Okay, which
Okay.
one?
she's gonna. The first line is
We had a
Estelle,
black
Okay.
screen
and then
on
she says
YouTube.
hi.
Okay.
Was
Okay.
it
And
during
that's
the
as
event?
that's as they're
Yes,
walking.
right now.
Yeah. And then you can come down.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right now they should be seeing a black screen.
Right now, black, but ask them if they saw anything in the 6-second delay. That's just sending
behind
it
the table.
to space
Okay.
and user.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's she gonna be stepping to? Where's she gonna be walking to?
She's gonna be walking. They're gonna be walking and meeting here.
Okay.
Okay.
Walk them through the marks for camera first
Oh,
before
okay.
we run.
Okay.
Have
Yeah,
them
that's great.
step through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Yeah, okay, so we'll just run through this interaction really quick. You don't have to do the lines or anything, just go through your movements. Go ahead and hug.
But keep it slow there on your marks, right? So the camera can get used to those particular
Yeah.
things, okay?
Emma, can you go a little higher? Just so that we don't lose Grace's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
You good?
Yeah, okay. And then go ahead and sit down.
And on that, because then you would probably tilt it down
Yeah.
to adjust once they settle, right?
Yeah, that's great.
So keep that a little bit loose so you can do
Yeah.
your job.
Okay, and then Sonia, can you just, Sonia, can you come just a tiny bit this way? Just so we get a little bit more of Jess's shoulder. Okay, okay.
Great. And you might want to adjust this OTS as well.
Yeah. A little bit less, Sonia, sorry. Yeah, that's good right there. And then can you just also come, Heather?
Yeah.
Can you come this way just a tiny bit?
Sure. Second.
Good?
Just that much?
A little bit less.
Less?
Yeah.
Like right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, we happy with that matching there? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go from the top.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's go from the top. Ladies, just remember, help camera on those stand-ups and those sit-downs. Slow those down just a stitch before you move. Just kind of anchor those moments so the camera can track with you.
Okay.
Cool. All right, here we go. Let's call it.
Okay. All right, sound.
Speeding.
Cameras.
Camera A speeding.
Camera B speeding. Camera C speeding.
Scene 4, take 2, mark.
There's camera 1. Yeah, because Grace is going to say her, sorry. Jess is going to say her.
getting ready to do that too.
Okay, you can come back to 1. Yeah. All right, you ready? Yeah, we're ready. Okay. Okay. Action.
Estelle?
Yes.
Hi.
I'm sorry
have
I'm
you-
late.
I didn't
I didn't know
expect
you
you to. Hi.
I guess some awkwardness is to be expected when you're meeting the family you never knew you had. To be honest, I almost didn't come. But my daughter. It's been a wild ride.
I can only imagine.
The craziest shit I've ever been through. From being an only child to finding out that there are 2 people in the world who know how I ended up here.
And now a sibling.
A sibling. A younger sister? How old are you?
I'm 27. I'm an only child too. I've wanted to meet you since the moment I found out about you.
You knew about me?
Yes, she told us about you the morning she passed.
What was she like?
Beautiful, joyful, ambitious. This was her in high school. Her favorite class was art and English. That's her when she first came to New York at 18. She worked her way through a poli-sci degree at NYU, bagging groceries every evening at a corner store. That's her at the corner store, on the subway, in class. She got pregnant in her final year. She told me where to find it. It's the only picture she ever had of you. Mum married my dad 2 years after she had you. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer a few years later, and I was her last child. First.
And last.
The cancer then came back with a vengeance, and she passed 3 years ago.
Was she in pain?
A little.
Did she ever mention my dad?
No. He was a secret for reasons she never shared.
And you? Why didn't you reach out?
She asked me not to. She asked all of us not to.
All of us? What do you mean, all of us?
My cousins, uncles, aunties. We
All of
promised her.
you knew about me for 3 years, and not one of you bothered to come and find me.
I'm sorry. I really am. Reuniting had to be on your terms. She wanted you to find her and to choose us.
Having a sister would have made life sweeter.
Yeah. We can still make up for the lost years. Would you like to see the rest of the family?
I'd love to.
Got Cool. Let's chat a little bit. Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
So whether you want to, probably easier, just come,
Okay.
the other thing that might help is it might help us
Get rid
not that
of
it's
that.
bad to shoot into the thing. I mean, it's interesting.
Right.
So that would be one thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, we did change something on the 810. Now our director just hit a button and it instantly switches to shooting camera. So on this particular unit, you can have a preview where you turn up the preview, which works great on a Sunday morning where you're not needing to cut quickly. You can cut anywhere into an act and actually service right. In this case, because we're cutting 2 lines and we're trying to get the lines as best as possible, the way you just get the button up and switch over. So now you should see that preview and program the same. So it's just like
Want to do it again? Yeah. Okay, beautiful, great. Did we make the adjustment for the two-shot?
Oh, yeah, right.
Which will probably cause 1 and 2 to move as well, unless you can widen out. Does Emma have, is there any more to widen out? So we can hold the backs of both chairs?
Would it be easier to just move
Or we move
back a little
back
bit?
just a stitch, so that you have a little bit more room to the left and the right, yeah?
That's good, if you can just point a little bit more this way, so it's more, yeah, great.
Great, and make sure that head is ready to do the tilt and all that, okay?
You're good. You move that one step. You good, Mary? Go ahead, call it.
Okay. Sound. Speeding. Cameras. Camera A speeding. Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 4, take 3, Mark.
And action.
Estelle?
Yes.
Hi.
I'm sorry
I-
I'm late.
I didn't think you.
I didn't think I'd be this nervous.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, so let's hold, let's not cut. There's a couple technical adjustments that I want to make, ladies, you're doing great. So back to your one's camera. You've got to, so the idea is to be slightly malleable, okay? So if they're going to favor the hug, to here, you don't want to stay static. You want to pull a little bit to the left to kind of hold those two subjects to keep that composition. Heather, you don't have an easy task here, but you're going to have to try to pull focus. I know it's not easy on the walk-in. It just kind of helps. Also watch headspace, camera 1, with her at the top. All right, so just, you have to, your job is to keep her safe all the way around, okay? All right, good, still rolling. Everybody settled, everybody knows what you want to do. Just try to get it on this one if you can, guys. You're doing great. Action.
Estelle.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry I'm
didn't.
late.
I
I didn't know I'd
expect
be
you to.
this.
Hi.
I guess some awkwardness is to be expected when you're meeting a family you never knew you had. Cringe.
So cringe.
To be honest, I almost didn't come, but my daughters. It's been a wild ride.
I can only imagine.
Craziest shit I've ever been through. From thinking I'm an only child to finding out that there are 2 other people in the world who know how I ended up here.
And now a sibling.
A sibling. A younger sister. How old are you?
I'm 27. And an only child too. I've wanted to meet you since the moment I found out about you.
You knew about me?
Yes. She told us about you the morning she passed.
What was she like?
Beautiful, joyful, ambitious. This was her in high school. Her favorite class was art and English. And this was when she first came to New York at 18. She worked her way through a poli-sci degree, bagging groceries every evening at a corner store. This is her in class, on the subway, in the corner store. She got pregnant in her final year. She told me where to find it. It's the only picture she ever had of you. Mum married my dad 2 years after she had you. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer a few years later, and I was her last baby. First.
And last.
The cancer then came back with a vengeance, and she passed 3 years ago.
Was she in pain?
Yeah, a little.
Did she ever mention my dad?
No. He was a secret for reasons she never shared.
And you? Why didn't you ever reach out?
She asked me not to. She asked all of us not to.
All of us? What do you mean, all of us?
My cousins, uncles, aunties, we promised her that we wouldn't.
All of you knew about me for 3 years. 3 years. And not one of you bothered to come and find me.
I'm so sorry. I really am. Reuniting had to be on your terms. She wanted you to find her and to choose us.
Having a sister would have made life sweeter.
Yeah. We can still make up for the lost years. Would you like to see the rest of the family?
I'd love to.
Okay. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Good. All right, we're going to stay in the zone. Let's go one more time. I want to do a couple things, and this is what you would probably want to do some pickups. So camera 1 and 3, this is what I want you to do. We're going to practice doing something that would always happen like in a TV show. If there's going to be these kinds of things, you guys are going to try to pick off the inserts of the pictures and those moments. And so we'd probably roll back and just do a pickup of the pictures. So I want us to go just before the first picture comes out. Figure out what the line is that cues that. Camera, we're going to take a look at this. We might have to repo to do that. But what I want camera 1 and 3 to do now is to kind of play between, and you've seen this in every cop show you've ever seen, where we're going to go from picture, we're looking at the picture, coming up the picture, and then the camera comes up to the face. Or vice versa. They're talking, and then she pulls out a new picture, and then it kind of tilts down to the insert of the thing. Does that make sense? Yes. You've seen it. And then I would incorporate that into the edit so that we're getting all the clean stuff, but then we're getting some of these drifts up and down. And it just adds interest and movement to the scene. Very gentle gestures that are interesting, okay? All right, so let's take a look at, first, let's give camera 1 and 3, let's take out the picture, and let's just see, let's optimize the shot composition. You might need to slide the camera in, zoom in, change lenses to do so.
They're not going to see the pictures. Yeah, they are.
I mean, that could,
I think.
Kind of blurred.
yeah, and then see what a tilt up now to the face would feel like and look like. And you might have to loosen that head so that it feels fluid and gentle.
Yeah.
And these are not quick, they drift up. Okay?
Heather, you want to come down? Yeah.
And give it to me up on the program for a second now so that you guys can see it and streamers can see it as well.
Can you come more this way? So we can see more.
And let's just try to practice some of these.
Can I top down?
Let's see one of the pictures coming out.
You want to punch in just tiny.
Boom. And see what that starts to look like and feel like.
Yeah, that's great.
Now we see what it looks like.
Too much.
Right? And then at some point, just try drifting up, back up to her face.
Her hand is in the way.
Potentially up on a line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that focus. You might have to actually throw focus because you're on a long lens and there's a shallow depth of field. And even that change of 12 inches will mean something. Okay, so let's practice that. And again, you may want to just loosen things up a little bit so it's not jerky. Yeah? Is that? Got it. Just naturally. So you might have to add some muscle to stabilize. Yeah, exactly. To just kind of make it feel a little bit smoother than these heads will allow.
And you can take it slow. Also.
Great. So what I would practice is starting on her face, maybe coming down to the bag, then racking and pulling focus right when she pulls it out so that we see the business.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just doing it from a pickup from that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's great.
Here we go.
Do you want to just come down to the bag as she's pulling stuff out. And just follow the direction. Yeah. Do you want to call it or?
Yeah, you go ahead and call it. So we're doing a pickup on the pictures.
Are we starting on the pictures?
Just a few lines before. So I would actually start on face,
Yeah.
potentially, because her eyes are going to throw down to that, and that the actor's eyes, guys, is what's going to motivate
Yeah.
the tilt and the pull of focus down to the shot. That's called motivation. What motivates that shot or that gesture by the camera is me looking at something and it now asking the question, what is she looking at? I want to see it. These are subconscious things we don't think about when we watch stuff.
Perfect.
All right, here we go.
Just a little bit lower so you can see the clap.
All right, and these have to be soft sticks, yeah, because we're in faces. Yeah.
All right, sound.
Speeding.
Cameras.
Camera A speeding. Camera B speeding. Alex, you're in the frame.
Cool, and show it to 1, 2, and 3. Just kind of show it to the world. Show it to 1, 2, and 3. Boom, so that the editor can see it. Bang, bang, bang,
Camera
and
C
then.
speeding. However, I don't see it clearly.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it won't be perfect, but here we go. Call it.
Scene 4, take 4, soft sticks.
What would,
Grace, you have your line?
We just take a couple lines just before and roll into it, guys.
Action.
what was she like?
Beautiful, joyful, ambitious. This was her in high school. Her favorite class was art and English. And this is when she first came to New York at 18. She worked her way through a poli-sci degree at NYU, bagging groceries every evening at a corner store. This is her at the corner store, on the subway, in class. She got pregnant in her final year. She told me where to find it. It's the only picture she had of you.
You're going to want to cheat that, Grace, this way to show it to camera just a little bit more. And so you're going to want to cheat it, actually slide it this way.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going to sell it to this camera a little bit more.
okay.
I'd like you to consider if this is a special one. Is this the one of her?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe choose one that you actually take into your hand. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's take it again. Let's take it again. Just one more minute. From the top, still rolling. Good. Guys, this is looking great. Fun, right? Cool. Here we go. Standing by. Same place.
From the top.
Action.
What was she like?
Beautiful, joyful, ambitious. This was her in high school. Her favorite class was art and English. And this is when she first came to New York at 18. She worked her way through a poli-sci degree at NYU, bagging groceries every evening at a corner store. This is her at the corner store, on the subway, in class. She got pregnant in her final year. She told me where to find it. It's the only picture she had of you. Mum married my dad 2 years after she had you. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer a few years later. I was her last baby. First.
And last.
The cancer then came back with a vengeance and she passed 3 years ago.
Was she in pain?
A little.
Cut. Cut.
Great.
Cool.
Let's give it up for the All right, let's start the next one. Good work. Good work. That's another thing you have to be used to, actors. It is not about starting at the top of the scene every single time. You won't have that gift or that privilege. It is I call acting on camera acting in pieces. You're acting in pieces, and sometimes the pieces are out of order. So just get used to the picking up. That's called a pick up. We're going to pick it up from this side. If you don't have time to run the whole thing, just pick it insert. So they're just going to take it to where it matters. Let's give it up for Carlene. All right. Yes. All the way from New York, ladies and gentlemen. Global Gang. How is it streaming Film Lab live on YouTube?
It's amazing. It looks beautiful. That's an incredible thing. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a real treat.
Awesome. Is it taking it up a notch for you guys to be able to see what we see?
Yeah, I'm completely. I mean, I could look into Grace's eyes and see what she was thinking. I could see, music processing. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Wow. That's awesome. For Kenny and I, it's like Christmas morning. You've been dreaming about this day for a year. All right. Awesome.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Write your observations. Take this time. Good job, man. Give it up for Alec, ladies and gentlemen, our director. Good stuff, team. Good stuff.
Are you going to be sitting like this? Okay. Do we want to move it on this way so we don't have to move cameras?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Oh, that sounded great.
Where they're doing everything. They're doing great. They've just
All I didn't know what to do, so just enjoy, just drinking and delicious. Just love every minute. And, yeah. Okay, yeah, setting up.
So Sonia, once cast and crew are ready, remember to walk them through their marks.
Right.
For just rehearsal for camera, always first, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, when you're ready, go ahead and rehearse for camera with your marks, ladies. Standing, sitting, all those major
All right, so
movements, okay?
let's do this one first. Let's make, I'll get out of the shot, and then
Sonia,
most of the time,
she going to be standing the whole time?
she's gonna be this.
We need to stick
This
up
way
for
to
that.
here. She's gonna be standing the whole time. Sometimes she's gonna be here.
I would keep that camera on the same level.
Sometimes she's gonna be like where she is now. Sometimes she's gonna be over on this side.
Okay.
This is you.
And she's gonna walk off.
And I start off as well.
She starts off. She starts off.
One time after done this, just like a stick up her.
Okay, perfect.
You can set up a chair if you'd like to be at Video
And then-
Village, screenwriter. If you'd like to be at Video
This
Village, we
camera-
can do that.
I really love it.
And you can sit over there and kind of get a closer view, okay?
Yeah, I would definitely loosen that up. The other thing, real quick, guys, this is a good opportunity to teach this. You got two levels, so that camera, this actor, so they would set their level and stand their level. This one would have to split the difference in a situation like this. I get it about right. It looks good. Remember, he said you want to be just above eye line.
What's your job?
All right, so artists, our intentional audience, key thoughts, observations, new things you're seeing. Carlene, how was that for you, my dear? Seeing your scene come to life.
Because I feel like she's probably going to be moving around a lot.
Put them farther back.
Yes. Yeah, just give a more of a tight, not such a tight close-up, regular close-up.
Yeah, I think it would be good to like catch her from here up.
Okay, then just tell your camera.
So Alex,
Yeah.
catch our character character from like the waist up. Scribbling scribe.
Can you, are you zoomed in all the way?
That'll encourage you in the writing process. That's what this is supposed to do, is keep your hope alive. All right?
We'll see how that works.
Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Yeah. So guys, we're listening to each other? Sure.
Yeah, I appreciate both in like the written word and how it was acted. So much history within, like you could see like the backstory and what they went through, and having that culmination of finally meeting each other, and just having that nuance there is like really beautiful to see. Great writing, great acting.
Yeah. It's amazing that just a few things said gives to the audience the illusion of years and years and years. It's just a few words, a few lines, a look, a thought. Creates the whole backstory of the pain and the joy and all those things. Writers, this hopefully gives you vision for why we hold back from saying so much. There are other people that will be speaking on behalf of your characters. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just wanted to thank you for doing the shot with the pictures, because that I kept wanting that.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that picture.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm really glad that.
Satisfy your audience. Alex.
Can I just say?
Yeah, man. As director, go for it.
Yeah, from a director's perspective, this scene was such a pleasure to work with, because there is so much subcontext underneath everything. Every single line has multiple emotions attached to it. So it was so much fun to work with the actors and pull all of that out in the eyes, in the actions, because the lines aren't saying really anything. To be,
Yeah.
So
they're not meant to, right?
Right,
She's
exactly.
created, because it's not just about writing dialogue, it's about creating a charged situation.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that back in the day? It ain't just writing words, it's actually creating a situation. That's what great writers do, is to create a charged situation of a mother who has to find her biological parents to save her daughter's life. We got it. Like, we got it. It's already a charged situation, but we can't make dynamite out of a wet stick. I just made that up. There it is. It sounded like an old folky saying from the 1950s. Y'all know what I'm saying? You can't make a dynamite out of a wet stick. Just making stuff up.
How are we doing?
Oh my God.
All right. Maybe one. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday.
I love Friday in a row.
You like it?
Friday before spring break, Veronia. That's like
That's kind of that is your wide, your safety.
The writers do.
It's up to you though. If you want to try to pull it a little closer, you can.
Monday Neroni has a lot of goals. Yeah. But Friday, he's just
I think it's close to right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. You can eat with that, perhaps a duck confit appetizer. It's my personal.
But I actually get to do something that I really, really
Is there
love.
like a
Is that I'm
place in
working
your
on a
waistband
creative
where you
project.
could tuck your
So,
bag when you're done with
not
it?
that this isn't great.
I was
You know what I'm
thinking
saying?
tucking it when I'm done, kind of in my other pocket. I will.
How we doing,
Because
crew?
it's like when you're holding.
We're ready to go?
Sonia, whenever you're
Great.
ready.
Have we walked through marks? Cameras happy?
Okay, so cameras,
Yeah.
why don't you go from where you're coming in?
Of the shot as well.
At the beginning of the scene, she's coming in from this side, and then she'll leave from the same angle.
Okay.
Otherwise, she's kind of standing, and the other actress is sitting for the whole scene.
Will she be standing there the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Okay.
might move a little farther, but
Okay.
she'll be in this general.
Okay. I can follow. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and call it, please.
So back up forward, so all the cameras can see you all the way back.
All the way back? Back.
There you go.
Okay, cool. All right, sound.
Oh, sorry, I'm speeding.
Camera.
Camera is speeding.
Scene.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 5. Take 1. Mark.
Okay, action. Good evening. What may I offer you to drink tonight? You have beautiful hair, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Your look is unique. It's quite unique. The way your particular shade of red contrasts with your skin and frames your face. Remarkable. What's your gig, darling? I know you didn't come to New York to be a cocktail waitress.
I'm an artist, actually. I paint oils.
How interesting. Where did you study? What is your name?
My name is Clary Ryan. I did 2 years at the Chicago Art Institute, but then transferred to an atelier in Florence.
Whose?
Francesco Vaccioli.
Oh, I'm familiar with his work. It's not the most innovative, but it's noteworthy. What do you want?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not speaking Greek, dear. What drives you? Why did you come here to this ruthless city that spits out artists as quickly as they arrive?
I want to make enough money for my art to live on.
That's it? Something tells me you should be aiming higher. Clary. Here's my number. My assistant will answer the phone. See if you could arrange a time to bring your art over. Maybe we could help each other.
Sure. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Now please get me up a dirty gin martini with 3 olives.
Would you like anything to eat with that? Perhaps our duck confit appetizer at
No,
Snoopers?
I never eat here, just the drink.
Good. Cool. Sonia. So, ladies, let me see you there at the 2. We're having a couple of kind of just angle issues that I think we need to resolve.
Okay.
What it is because she's looking down at her, we're losing all of her eyes.
Oh, that's
All we're getting is eyelids.
Oh.
Right? So it's closing her out. Then, so additionally, what's happening for her is because we're not angled correctly, we're getting a lot of whites, but I'm not actually seeing her eyes. So we have to fix, there's some unique angle stuff here that we have to resolve. I would actually like to suggest that I would do on a lower across this way because she's going to look down and now from here I can see her eyes. Okay, so I would do kind of a dirty, so I mean I'm talking like, because really I'm coming from Amy's perspective. So guys, stick with me. We're making some camera adjustments because did you notice we were getting eyelids and we're getting eye whites, but I'm not actually getting that we have to correct that. This scene is a unique thing in that we have this dynamic of 2 actors looking at each other this way. So I've got to get under and going across this way if I want to see her eyes and I want to see what's going on. Otherwise, I won't see it, okay? Additionally, I need to see Amy's eyes. And I'm only going to see Amy's eyes, so this is going to have to come here. Why? Because this is her perspective down to Amy. Does that make sense? So we need one to come around. Yep, high and down. And we need to do it in such a way that we stay clear of each other because of the unique situation that we're in right here. Okay? So let's make those adjustments.
Okay.
I'm going right up to.
So it's so that the camera is
Yeah,
giving
but you don't.
the
You want to be able to see the actress without getting Alec in the picture. So this looks really good. And then go way almost up to where
This camera becomes
her
me
eyes height would
being
be.
Amy.
I can frame.
This is perspective. So it puts me feeling like I'm with her, not in the scene. Alternatively, the same thing. This camera becomes this experience here. So it's not just a technical thing. Every viewer projects themselves into the experience of the thing. You do this subconsciously all the time. This is why you thought you were Marlon or you thought you were Nemo. You're not schizophrenic. The story was just good. So we project ourselves and we place ourselves in that position. Part of that is that this is your eyes. This is actually what I would see if I were her. That's why you start feeling that way, because you've given me the eyes of that particular perspective. Okay.
This is so much better.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, and I'd like to see, this is, because I want to, Amy's got beautiful eyes, right? And so we want to see this here.
I got you, Sonia. I got you.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get kind of closer to that. Yeah. You might even have to put it. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Okay. Really interesting.
Sonia, the other thing we need to fix while camera gets this right is we need to fix the hair moment, only because right now she's so far away.
Okay.
It's too much. We got to make it easier for her. So one of the things that you can do, if I'm making a you for a second, right, is if you come in with this, or this is already good. All right, cool. So are you bringing
That's good.
What is the paper? Is that?
It's just what I'm working on. It doesn't have to be.
Got it. No, it's good. I want you to have it. I want to change it as you already got. But I think you make this easy for you. So it's sort of like, you've got to be able to do, hey, how are you? Because if I put myself here, now all of a sudden this makes it easier for her. Or even, if I were to come in here, she was bringing, but even if you did this, like, hi, how are you? Can I, what can I get you? Sometimes waiters even, they'll come in and they're like, hi, how you doing? So, what can I get you? That might put her too low, but that would bring you in. If it's a little bit more casual. Yeah.
I can see her there.
So these are possibilities. You'd have to work
If
that
she
out.
wants to go down, I can catch her.
Fix that out.
So, looks good.
I don't know if we need the second one, but that's just a suggestion, even if it's written.
Okay, just lose it.
Yeah. Great. I think about it.
You could do it with
Do it with my mind.
I can do that.
And then be conscious,
And then we're
be
catching
conscious of
something in
where
Amy's cupboard,
this
chairs
camera
or
is.
something.
So
Probably back here at the table.
Kind of like reach over her and while you're looking at the screen so you get kind of a feeling for what the camera might
so if I'm like reaching.
Are you going to go down on your knees? Kind of like to say, kind of the way a waitress, well, no, you don't have to move. And Alec can get her that way.
Yeah. I don't know if it feels natural. Does it? Try it. If it doesn't feel, does it feel low?
Yeah.
It feels low. Then don't do it. Because you want to work within what feels real.
Okay.
She's in a dominant position though in the scene, so it does help her to come down as far as the positions.
Yeah.
We
That's
could
the only
start
reason
to
why I
sit
might
a
choose
little bit
that.
higher,
Yeah.
and that way you wouldn't.
Yeah, so I can do that and then just
I would.
Because you can
I
lift this
would.
up to wipe
Yeah.
away from this too.
Yeah.
Push it back. It is a dominant position. We can have it come down some, yeah, and we can kind of come across a little bit lower on the body.
Section, you're like, okay.
Okay, so wait for me. She does that.
I mean, if that's the way we want to go, we can go that way. This is this one. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It feels way better.
Way better, yeah. And you're showing deference, yeah, and so it fits,
Yeah, and I mean, there can be a moment for it too. There can be a moment of decision. So like, one of the thoughts is, where might it feel good? Like, if you do start in here, and you're there, is there a position of like, so who did you study with? Or, I don't know, there might be a beat.
right in the beginning, when she goes, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful.
You don't turn it. You kill the first touch of the hair. You kill the first touch of the hair, which I'm starting with. And just because it's super aggressive. It's super aggressive. But no, I know. But we'll get it, and my writers are ready for us to veto certain gestures, right? Yeah. But what I could find is you have such beautiful hair, just be verbal. But then who did you study with? Well, I studied with this, and now we're getting a little bit more familiar. And then now if I'm here, then the second one can be right. So that's, do you want to just step through that and see if we need to make adjustments on camera? We might just get through this one more time, depending on time. Well, I'm just saying now, this was for just standing.
Right.
So what we might want to do now is we might want to split the difference and potentially split the difference on both cameras. So this is probably going to need to come up. Okay. And this one is going to come down, okay? Why don't you already probably come up a good 6 to 8 inches for me? You can still get that coverage. It'll be just less.
Yeah. Just try to.
Yeah, okay.
Just start there.
So let's just have you at your 1, which is at the table. And you want to make sure that you're not blocking her coverage. No, so you don't have to don't be, yeah. But instead of approaching from here, you just simply approach from there. Okay. And now you're open and they're open. Okay? Well, yeah, just be aware that when you move, you change coverage.
And I'm asking, would this be a better angle or
Can you see her face when she does the wiping? Okay.
Yeah, let me see you come down now. And then tilt down. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do. And then the only thing is I'd really love to see a little bit of crowding in this one because we have crowded here and clean here.
Yeah. So you're talking about dirty?
Yeah.
I'm
Get a dirty shot over the shoulder.
Yeah, so you might just need to move a stitch to your left, just a little bit.
Shot, so
Yeah, there you go. You still get. And then Amy, lean back for me when you're relaxed. Good, that'll still work. Yep, that works. And then what happens when you come down and she leans forward? Amy, lean forward a little when she comes down.
Yes, still nice.
Good. And then you might just need to adjust a little bit less, Amy. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, right in there is nice.
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
So I'm from here to here.
She becomes a little more dominant.
Not any further
Great.
than that.
And then I would argue that camera 2 right now is just too wide. Like I would come in and I would favor the eye line of down and then tilt.
Yeah.
So
but I'd
we're
also
going off
scooch
the
in,
camera
guys. I just think you're too wide.
So scooch in and come down maybe a foot and a half.
Can you give us the wide, please?
Let me get out of frame. That would help too.
Yeah, go ahead and lock it whenever you're ready.
Good. I would even argue that I would come left. I would come left so that you can kind of, you don't have to be flat.
You want to come low?
Yeah, you can, so banana in there so that,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you would tilt it.
I love the trash can in the corner. Can you kill that trash can in the corner?
Just all that.
All right, good. Actors, just slow everything down.
Great.
Make sure you check your focus, please.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
Okay. Who's in Amy's shot? I had chairs in the shot. Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, we can way around.
Yeah, sorry to make you move. Ended it fine. Thank you guys. So you can see how it's swinging this around now? Yeah. Yeah. If everybody can sit in each other's laps. All right, thank you guys. Quietly. Thank you for making the adjustment. Excellent. Do what we can and what you can. It's okay. It's a restaurant. Good. Just pretend you're eating hors d'oeuvres. Excellent. All right. Let me see all shots. Good. It's nice. camera ops, just get ready to do what you need to do. Tilts, pans, everything else, be ready. Actors, help your camera operators by just slowing a few things down a stitch and being aware of blocking each other's coverage. Sounds good? Oh, and by the way, act.
Here we go.
Good. All right, standing by. I'll send this call.
All right. Call it, please. Everybody settle.
Where do we go? Is it good? We good? Okay, sound,
Speeding.
camera,
Camera is speeding.
camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 5, take 2, mark.
Action.
Good evening. What may I get you to drink tonight?
You have beautiful hair, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Your look is unique. It's quite unique. The way your particular shade of red contrasts with your skin and frames your face. It's remarkable.
Hold. Here, now look at the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You still get you there, but okay, is that good? So let's just take that from the top. She starts making that comment and just capture it. Because it's just it's a little or just all gestures. Right.
Action.
Good evening. What may I offer you to drink tonight?
You have beautiful hair, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Your look is unique. It's quite unique. The way your particular shade of red contrasts with your skin and frames your face. It's remarkable. What's your gig, darling? I know you didn't come to New York to be a cocktail waitress.
I'm an artist, actually. I paint oils.
How interesting. Where did you study? What is your name?
My name is Clary Ryan. I did 2 years at the Chicago Art Institute, but then transferred to an atelier in Florence.
Whose?
Francesco Vaccioli.
I'm familiar with his work. It's not the most innovative, but noteworthy. What do you want?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not speaking Greek, dear. What drives you? Why did you come here, to this ruthless city that spits out artists as quickly as they arrive?
I want to make enough money for my art to live on.
That's it? Or something tells me you should be aiming higher, Clary. Here's my number. My assistant will answer the phone. See if you could arrange a time to come bring your art over. Maybe we could help each other.
Sure. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Now please get me up a dirty gin martini with 3 olives.
Would you like anything to eat with that? Perhaps your duck confit appetizer. It's my personal favorite.
No, I never eat here. Just the drink.
Make sure that we get 80s look right when she leaves. We need that reaction, that response. Good stuff.
Okay, so I need help.
I think in fact I was kidnapped this hard because she I think this is only I would go further and say actually so even when it's red and it's dark, it's just like No, I know, but I think people, the devil's trick is I'm not here. So I think actually, and this is early in the script as well, so we've got to taste it. Yeah, but it's kind of like one is but it's somebody who's you're on the darker side of things, and so it's almost like a screwtape letter in that way. What's bad for others is good. So it's honestly the opposite. She doesn't have to show that she's bad. Does that make sense? Yeah.
What about more of an air of command? Like she's in command?
I just think she's already given you that. I think if she exerts any more, then she's actually weaker, not stronger. People with command don't feel the need to actually command. They just assume they are.
Right.
They expect everybody else to. Okay. Yeah. Just take a look at it, because I think less is.
Carry on.
I have my job done.
All right, let's call it in.
We good? Okay. Sound.
Speedy.
Camera.
Camera A speeding.
Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
And scene 5, take 3, mark.
Sorry, before you go, when you're down, don't leave until she's touched your hair, and so you have to find that. Just try to find that moment.
Find it,
Right?
yeah.
Maybe it's like, business card with your left, hand on the shoulder with the right, which then positions. Yeah. So
Goes
just
to the
see
hair.
if that moment can happen.
I'll
Okay.
find it.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
standing by.
Action.
Good evening. What may I offer you to drink tonight?
You have beautiful hair, my dear.
You're crowded.
Oh,
So
sorry.
just watch. No, and it's not about scooching. It's actually about the angle that you're coming in. So watch. Yeah. When you come in, you've got to come in from this side. Hi, how are you doing? What do I need? Am I clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clear. But if I come there, you see what I've done?
Yeah.
On camera too? So it's just about your angle of approach, just to here to keep
Okay.
coverage clear.
Okay, going again.
Action.
Good evening. What may I offer you to drink tonight?
You have beautiful hair, my dear.
Sorry, let's do that again. You're still crowding there on
Still-
two, right? So look at it now. Look at camera 2. Clear camera 2 for her for just a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So I-
See how you're coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now make it natural. Make sure that this feels natural. Would you actually come in with your knees bent like that? Does that feel natural?
You can
When you
stand
do-
a
when
little
you're-
closer to her too.
Yeah, just make it natural. Get comfortable, but just change the angle there. And looking at her, Amy,
Sorry.
just so we can see.
I had my ear peeking out.
There. Does that feel good? Does that feel natural for you? Cool. All right, standing by, going again.
Action.
Good evening. What may I offer you to drink tonight?
You have beautiful hair, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Your look is unique. It's quite unique. And the way your particular shade of red contrasts with your face, frames your face, is remarkable. What's your gig, darling? I know you didn't come to New York to be a cocktail waitress.
I'm an artist, actually. I paint oils.
How interesting. Where did you study? What is your name?
My name is Clary Ryan. I did 2 years at the Chicago Art Institute, but then transferred to an atelier in Florence.
Whose?
Francesco Baccioli.
I'm familiar with his work. It's not the most innovative, but noteworthy. What do you want?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not speaking Greek, dear. What drives you? What made you come to this ruthless city that spits out artists as quickly as they arrive?
I want to be able to make enough money for my art to live on.
That's it? Something tells me you should be aiming higher. Clary, here is my number. My assistant will answer the phone. See if you could arrange a time to bring your art over. Maybe we could help each other.
Sure. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Now please get me a dirty gin martini up with 3 olives.
Anything to eat with that? Perhaps our duck confit appetizer. It's my personal favorite.
No, I never eat here. Just the drink.
Good, great. I want to go just one more. That's good. Good. What I would be having you work on is ensure that you still do the waitress. So you know when there are strange things that happen, you're
Cut some real quick.
absolutely.
But the last one I missed.
Yeah, just go to 2 at her reaction as she walks up. Say that she knows something.
You've got that thought, because you still have to be the waitress. Okay, remember, this is early on, you don't know she's super creepy yet. She's doing a few things that are a little bit strange, but it's too early to do those things. Too much. I'd rather see a little bit, just a little bit of cover, and I'm talking about a skosh of cover. All right, one more time.
Sorry.
And we'll probably only get through the first couple beats, okay?
Great.
All right. Sound.
Speeding.
Camera.
Camera is speeding.
Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 5, take 4, mark.
Action.
Good evening. What may I offer you to drink tonight?
You have beautiful hair, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
No, your look is unique. It's quite unique. The way your particular shade of red contrasts with your skin and frames your face. It's remarkable. What's your gig, darling? I know you didn't come to New York to be a cocktail waitress.
I'm an artist, actually. I paint oils.
How interesting. Where did you study? What is your name?
My name is Clary Ryan. I did 2 years at the Chicago Art Institute, but then transferred to an atelier in Florence.
Whose?
Francesco Baccioli.
I'm familiar with his work. He's not the most innovative, but noteworthy. What do you want?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not speaking Greek, dear. What drives you?
Good, let's say that moment again. We're going to pick it up from there.
Here's what I like to think about. It's like, I think what you're thinking there is, did I do or say something wrong? 'Cause, like, what do you mean? What do I want? Like, are we talking about food and drinks, or are we talking about something? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so picking it up from that moment.
Okay, just play with that.
Mm-hmm.
Of keeping the cover and not understanding the question. All right,
Okay.
here we go. Quiet, quiet. Shh. Going again. Just take it a few lines back, please. Find the cue.
I'm familiar with his work.
Yeah, take it from there. Who did you study with at that point?
Yeah. Whose?
Francesco Baccioli.
I'm familiar with his work. It's not the most innovative, but noteworthy. What do you want?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not speaking Greek, dear. What drives you? Why did you come here to this ruthless city that spits out artists as quickly as they arrive?
I want to be able to make enough money for my art to live on.
That's it. Clary, something tells me that you should be aiming higher. Here's my number.
Good. Cut. Good job, guys. There's a lot of moving parts. Good job,
guys. Good job, everybody.
Let's give it up for our director. Let's give it up for our writer. All right, good stuff.
Switch over quick, guys. Quickly.
What's working?
All right, good stuff. Aaron.
Good job, guys. That was great.
Still be processing, but any comments, line thoughts that you can share? Okay.
I think in this particular show, perhaps I come in a little too strong. I should build up.
Trying to keep up that stream.
So a lot of the conversations that I was having
They're gonna sit next to each other.
bad people don't typically follow
something is peaking, we can see it.
There's a lot of mustache twirling.
Yeah, so the camera could be behind them, like this,
Typically,
or
we pace ourselves. Give it up for Amy Carson.
We're gonna feel it like it's musical, or like it's like an ocean. A breath. We need at least 2 seconds in each shot. I don't stop, recognize what's happening, and it says. So if we do this version, unless we're trying to serve the words, it's not gonna work, and we're gonna get really confused. I like to do 2 or 4 beats. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1
Because it's gotta be like, she's gotta be the flame, and she's gotta be
we want a little bit of breathing. Once we have at least 2 or 3 beats, like 1, 2, 3, we'll probably switch. So,
or maybe at the midpoint midterm. The midterm is yeah, then we go, oh crap, what did she get herself into? But we've gotta be drawn in. So we've gotta pace that. There's gotta be this attraction. Even if we sense that there's something a little dark happening, we've got to be attracted. So how do we do that? And part of it is that in crafting the narrative, you got to make sure you don't send your actors and your directors too early into the fray, so to speak. So you gotta tilt the scale in favor of purpose, right? And then even the action that you realize the character
and then just immediately sit down and fade it.
Yeah, Bailey's gonna walk in, he's gonna be standing, actually, they're both gonna be standing, she's gonna be walking in
Oh, so
to the scene, yeah, and then they'll, and then they'll have their
get away from
So, the only thing I'm saying is that
I can't touch that, or else I might need to jump up and down.
The rest of it was sitting there.
Okay.
The rest is sitting, but the first.
I was trying to remember if we did anything.
All right, actors.
I don't know if
Ophelia.
I think one
She's gonna walk in, he'll be standing.
He had that, and I had
Kiss, standing, then sit down. So, I would say frame for sitting and then just tilt down.
because that's my that's the point.
Yeah,
Should I?
basically, that's where you guys are gonna be sitting, right? Is that how you guys wanna
That's a
position?
Closer.
well. I mean, be like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
The
yeah,
whole time?
that's better. Yep, that's better.
And then I
Closer.
look away.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what it
just
is.
kind of.
But our legs stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the camera has to kind of stay on target. So yeah, just move your body.
Okay.
You're good. This is good.
And then when I come in, should I hug you then kiss? Or kiss you then hug you?
Just let us know what is going to happen so we know.
Okay, so
But it's
Bailey's.
our job.
Just how we did it.
Yeah. Bailey's
Okay.
gonna be walking in. Do you guys want to just practice that first part so they can see you doing it?
For purple, I don't need to add purple. I'm already giving
Yeah.
My stuff this time.
That's just what she carries. And so actually her doing too much of that is going to deal with Lily. It's just going to be
Right here,
too
I
much
hear
of the
you.
thing she's already doing. Does that make any sense? It's like she already has a certain frequency. I don't need her to pump the volume on that particular frequency. She already has that. But she might need to adjust
And then-
some
oh,
other
wait.
things. Right? You can't give what we don't have, but what we already
Something
have is
awkward.
already there. Right?
Yeah.
About sculpting
That
and
was
shaping
good.
and revealing maybe
Then
the
I'll just put my
things that are different than me.
Okay.
That I have to bring up in volume, so to speak, metaphorically.
Is there any
right?
questions that you guys have?
So good work. How was it?
Feel free to ask them.
It was interesting learning more about
It's a custom.
I think I'm gonna take this out of the bag
So I'll wait a beat
and
and let
like
you do that.
put the forks out and then like
That's what they were doing.
Panda Express.
Yeah. Okay, so guys,
able-
are you guys going from the top? Is that what you're doing right now? We're just gonna go through the positions. So start with the walking in, and then you're standing, and then you guys do your little huggy thingy, and then sit down, so they can see with the cameras where.
I guess we can figure that out.
I remember when I first got my first gig, my first series regular, I felt like I was sitting in my half banger trailer, and I just thought I was at the center of the universe. I have arrived. After 6 weeks, I'm like,
Guys, they're trying to set up the cameras right now, so we're gonna do the 3 positions. You're gonna walk in, and then do your hug thing, and then sit.
You know, there wasn't even YouTube or Netflix at that time, so, you know, I was just, you know, there's literally still DVD players or like local channels or whatever, so just figuring out.
There it is. Perfect.
So that slow,
Yep.
like that.
2% of the time, you're all set.
That speed was fine, sitting? Lower.
Okay.
Just because we are so tight.
Okay.
Is it enough in the eyes?
I had somebody spritzing me with water.
Should we like go jump up and down or something over there?
Sure. Do you need us sitting still?
Are we, do you need us here still? Oh wait.
Is this allowed to be seen on camera? The panda? Okay, cool.
Even though it says Panda Express and I say steak?
Well,
It's
it
steak.
has steak in it.
Oh. I guess I can like open
Trying to
it.
think of the best place. Don't diss me, okay?
I can be like,
No, you're good.
if you put it,
I had to, but
Like steak from the
Okay.
cheetah. Well, when you say, just gonna ball it up with you.
House of Cards is here. I'm here with my head upside down, blood and sweat and tanning and stuff all over me. And getting ready for my big close-up. That I've literally been traveling to Bogota, Colombia, away from my family, 36-hour flights to be there, sitting in a hotel room 98% of the time. And then we do a take, and they're futzing with me, and then I see John. You know, he's back here. I'm like there, and he's like, and I can tell he's trying to get my attention. And I finally look, because you know, like with celebrities or whatever, it's not like I'm sitting there like chumming it up all the time. I give him his space, he's executive producer, actor, all these kinds of things. Because he's actually wanting to talk to me. So I was like, okay, this is an interesting moment for us to have a conversation. And all he does is he's just off camera, and he says, and I am going to curse for just 1 second, or at least mime it with my mouth, because this is John. It's a direct quote. It's not me cursing. So he says to me, and I was like, so I'm having an experience because I'm like, this is such a special moment for me right now. You said this to me, I got blood in my nose, and it was super significant, but it actually helped me because it actually pinged my heart. Later on, we were at a rap party later that night. We were all at a bar, and he walked in and he came over to me, and he said to me, he said, "You did a great acting job today." And I said, "Thank you so much, man. It was super meaningful that you just took a moment to give me permission to take time." He says, "Listen, man, we just pulled 150 people from Bogota to this beach. We've set up an entire city." He's like, "If I don't give you the time to do your job, we leave with nothing." And so it's about you, despite all the technical stuff. Remember that when they're not going to see any of that, they don't care about any of that. The only thing that matters is the space between action and cut. And so making sure that you bring what you need to that moment is essential, or we leave with nothing. All right, good. We ready? Here we go.
Let's go. Thank you for your testimony.
All right. What time is this? All right, so it's behind the table. Yeah. All right, guys, we got to roll. Who's director? Yep, we got to roll. Your executive producer ate up your rehearsal time.
Okay.
All right, quiet, quiet.
Everybody
Too far back. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Scene 6, take, oh sorry, sound. Camera.
Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 6, take 1, mark.
Settling. Action.
wow, so what do I owe you pleasure?
All right.
Is there something you want to ask me?
How did you know?
Well, the delivery boxes were a hint, but steak from my favorite cheap ass confirmed my suspicions. Yes?
I need to tell you something first.
What?
What's
going on here?
I had a secret interview today.
Jonah.
I did. I took it with Fitz. He offered me the job. I'll turn it down. I'll say no. I knew Fitz would be an issue.
You're asking me if I'm okay with you moving to Boston?
You're upset about Boston, not Fitz.
Neither. I'll have to think it over. Jonah, this is your dream. It's what you've always wanted, right?
So you're okay with this? If I take it?
I know you. And I love you. I know we'll work it out.
Marry me?
Cut.
Good job. Good job.
Good job. Okay. Oh my god. It's fine.
Yeah, and then I would lower it, and then you can get a little bit of the table, but I would just kind of try to
catch me
create
by
a type
surprise.
two. Also, I didn't want to ship these noisy chairs, so they're just too creaky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I agree. I was looking for a bench, but I couldn't.
Yeah,
find
let's
one.
just use these
Oh,
black
good
boxes,
idea.
okay?
Actually,
Let's kill the
that's-
chairs.
Excellent idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
And for right now, just for the sake of time, let's just use apple boxes, just because they're loud,
Yeah.
okay?
This is more like a bench.
Yeah. And then if we flip it up, yeah, it should be a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Actors, we'll fix these in a second. Heather, come here, actors, come here. So, first of all, you're pulling this way, so make sure. So this side is gonna be really bad. So yeah, and you can relax it, but I want you to kind of feel, because now if I find the camera, it opens you up. Whereas, look at the other one. Yeah, it shuts you down, it closes you down.
So then I'm not.
Yeah, and it just opens you up. You guys will do it just naturally, it'll just be a thing. Okay, I'd be like, give me another seat. No. Yeah, it's fine, but I think it's just going to be happy with this, so just kind of relax it. Okay. The other thing I would say is like, if you want the kids to have more meaning, you have to do it less. So let's decide one of those one, maybe two, be very special. That's just the kind of values when we do something like that. So, attention,
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
it could be a cute compact top, because in that way, I'm
Okay.
sure you guys are in a relationship.
Yeah.
But then I think the ring, I think
Okay.
you're gonna get all French kissy tongue your butt. But it's a different kind of kiss, it's a different kind of, well, I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
You need more of a romance.
Yeah, because it's a little bit slower. And the other just maybe one. Just relax, just talk to her. Just talk to her, and when you're ready to say something, just take that moment. But just don't feel like you have to manufacture it. You sure? Yeah. You sure? Are you okay?
No, I actually feel fine. I'm just nervous.
Well, this is, I don't sound anticipated, but let's just see what happens. This is a 10%. So just take a deep breath. You're here to see him. You're excited. And then stay as full as and let's just see what happens. But try to, if you can right now, without forcing your heart, kind of just rewind back in time just a little bit to, I'm coming to see something that I really like. And then see what happens. Okay. Makes sense? Make sure that we keep the connection through the scene, through looking, listening, let's just simplify things and really make it about each other. Okay. You know those first moments when you first get on this, you're like, you're the center of the universe, you're the center of the universe. Just keep it nice and simple. Okay. Let's see what happens. All right, good. Here we go.
Same one? Very beautiful, guys. Here we go.
Do you want me to put this back in the bag or?
Do you want to step in the top? Gotcha. Okay.
Just keep it simple.
Okay.
I think you're just sitting there waiting.
Sitting?
Yeah, just sit and wait.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Sit and wait, and camera, let's see if we can, so, this is a great opportunity, right? Because it's just like, you don't have to do anything, but you know what you would naturally be doing is you're kind of thinking through what you're gonna say. All right, so there can be just that thinking posture, right? So you just like, yeah, just actually do the thing where you're thinking through what you're getting ready to say, and there's a little bit of excitement. It's not like a bad or a sad thing, but it's definitely got lots of layers to it, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah. All right, here we go. Stand by.
7.
Sound? Camera?
Camera A speeding.
Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 6. Take 2. Mark.
Settling. Action.
Wow. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Before? After that? Yeah.
Because he has something on his mind.
Okay.
It's that female intuition.
Okay.
So just take that moment to just kind of clock that there's something. The heart.
Okay.
Yeah, when you pull back, you just sense.
Okay.
Just that little skosh, all right? Here we go, standing by.
Settling. Action.
Wow. To what do I owe this pleasure? So, is there something you want to ask me?
How did you know?
Well, the delivery boxes were a hint, but... Yep, steak. Steak from my favorite cheap ass confirmed my suspicions. Yes?
I need to tell you something first.
What? What's going on?
I had a secret interview today.
Jonah.
I did. I took it with Fitz. He offered me the job. I'll turn it down. I'll say no. I knew he would be an issue.
So you're asking me if I'm okay with you moving to Boston?
You're upset about Boston and not Fitz.
Neither. I'll have to think about it. Jonah, this is your dream. It's what you want, right?
So you're okay with this if I take it?
I know you. And I love you. I know we'll work it out.
Marry me.
It's all good. So I want you to remember. Hey, I took this interview. Remember, this is a good thing. The only thing you're worried about is what it might mean. You know, like that. You know that she might be upset, but it's actually you're excited about it. The job is a good opportunity. It's a dream job, and then that will help her go. Because you see that it's important to him. It's like, of course he wants to be happy, right? And so right now we're playing the negative. Just play the positive. You don't have to show it. Just remember that these are actually good things. Okay. Little textual things that have added. Like, did you know he was gonna ask me?
Mary?
Yeah.
I came anticipating that that's what this is about.
But like, there's gotta be that moment of like, it's happening. Here's that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So take that. Look at the ring. Look at his face. That's a moment. It's unscripted. It's
Okay.
Okay. So take that in. Allow that to affect you guys. And let's just have a little bit more of a kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm talking like 8 millimeters. It's not theatrical. It's just taking that positivity on those sorts of things. Yeah, it's so good at it because you're also not good at it. Right? Does that make sense? Yeah, you actually have to play the positive. I'm talking in millimeters. Keep the stillness, and lift your body a little bit so you don't get too strong. And just be relaxed and just lift yourself up, all right? Do it. Do it.
Go ahead and call it. Okay. Sound? Speeding. Camera? Camera A is speeding.
Camera B speeding.
Camera C speeding.
Scene 6, take 3, mark. 7.
Hey, just add in a little bit of like, hey, you know, at the top, you know what, and then the hug and all that. Do the thing that you would naturally do, because right now I don't know that you have a line. Just like, hey, yeah, okay, just a little touch. All right, here we go.
Action.
Wow. What do I owe this pleasure? So, is there something you want to ask me?
How did you know?
Well, delivery boxes were a hint, but steak from my favorite cheap ass confirmed my suspicions. Yes?
I need to tell you something first.
What? What's going on?
I had a secret interview today.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that beat. I'm gonna take that beat right there. Okay, so you have something to ask me? Yeah, what I gotta take is I got something I gotta tell you. Let that beat kind of tumble until it gets uncomfortable. We gotta earn the pause, okay?
Okay.
Otherwise it gets too gappy. Just take it from right there. Just sit into it, babe, and just take it from that line where you're like, so is there something you wanna ask me?
Okay.
Yeah, so actually stand and just sit into it on that line, okay?
Okay.
Standing by, you're gonna pick up. Just take it from like, you're clocking the environment, you're clocking what he's done, and so just kind of take it all in, then look at him and then say that line. All right, standing by, here we go.
So, is there something you want to ask me?
How did you know?
Well, the delivery boxes were a hint, but steak from my favorite cheap ass confirmed my suspicions. Yes?
I need to tell you something first.
What?
I had a secret interview today.
Jonah.
I did. I took it from Fitz. He offered me the job. I'll turn it down. I'll say no. I knew Fitz would be an issue.
So you're asking me if I'm okay with you moving to Boston?
You're upset about Boston and not Fitz.
Neither. I'll have to think about it. Jonah, this is your dream. That's what you want, right?
So you're okay with this, if I take it?
I know you. And I love you. I know we'll work it out.
Marry me?
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. I'd like to do a pickup on the kiss a couple times. I'm kidding. Here we go. Good job. Let's give it up for our buyer. That's a wrap on the crew. Let's give it up for guys, you guys can start to break down while we finish up with some educational talk. But first, put your thoughts in the